There are mixed reactions this evening over whether the scandals affecting ministers will affect the Andrew Holness administration and change voters' perception. Assistant Lecturer of Policy in the Department of Government at the University of the West Indies, Damian Gordon, does not believe it will, but at least one political analyst thinks otherwise. Prince Moore reports.
The Andrew Holness-led administration has been plagued by controversies over the last few months. At least 5 ministers have been affected by allegations of impropriety and conflict of interest. The most recent cases involve Darrell Vaz, J.C. Hutchinson and Dr. Christopher Tufton. Since then, debates have been raging over whether these scandals will affect how Jamaicans will vote in upcoming elections. In an interview with our news center, Assistant Lecturer of Public Policy in the Department of Government at the University of the West Indies, Damian Gordon, reiterated that Jamaicans are no longer affected by the perception of corruption.
There's a perception amongst Jamaicans that corruption is something that is endemic, to the extent now that most Jamaicans don't feel the corruption does not perturb Jamaicans anymore. Feel they consider it to be a part of our system, and as such, it will not necessarily impact the election per se. In the sense also that Jamaicans perceive both political parties to be equally corrupt, and as such, are more inclined to choose between the lesser of the two evils. So I don't think it will have any significant impact on the election result.
But political analyst Shalman Scott thinks differently.
The history is showing that from time to time, political parties are affected by the extent of the scandal that emerge from the party, that the electorate pay attention to it because they realize that it is not their interest in a lot of cases that are being taken care of. Rather, it is the interest of the politicians. And we have seen it on both sides, that these corruption scandals have affected election results in the past, and so therefore the possibility exists that it will affect election results in the present and in the future.
Which takes us to another issue, the shifting of ministers who commit policy breaches. In the wake of yesterday's reassignment of former Minister without portfolio in the Agriculture Ministry, J.C. Hutchinson, the opposition People's National Party said it was unacceptable and counter to ministerial sanctions in the face of wrongdoing, including corruption, nepotism and cronyism. Mr. Gordon argues that if a minister is found to be unfit to serve in one area, he should be removed from public office.
That is how I understand accountability. All right, so if you have been found guilty or there's strong evidence that your behavior is unethical, it breaches established guidelines, you have betrayed the trust of the public, and you have even misused public resources for personal gain, how do you shift somebody from one area of government to the next? If you're unethical, the action that should be taken against you is a full removal from public office. So I don't think that goes far enough.
Prince Moore, TVJ News.